Black Power family, we black in the house. Once again, is on General SETI. You know what it is. Family, get over there to Patreon. Link right there in the chat. We got over 500 exclusive, 5 presentations. You just don't want to miss that. Click that link in the chat. KingSETI.com online marketplace. Official General SETI products. You're going to love it. T-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, DVDs. We got a lot of fire products over there. Check it out. The 24-hour live stream on General SETI. Sarah Soon SETI pumping 24 hours. Ain't nothing but the truth. Make sure you get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends and comment, comment, comment. Don't say nothing stupid. Cause Ray gonna ban your ass. You feel what I'm saying? We in the house, y'all. We gotta talk about this topic of the ages. Cause everybody, I wanna know what's really going on out here with the psyche of our peoples. With the psyche of our peoples out here. They don't have no connection to their black divinity, which is really a serious, serious problem. In which ain't gonna be no evolution whatsoever until we reconnect to our black divinity. Don't hear no niggas talking about that. You see what I'm saying? They just want to get on down there to the liquor store. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They just want to get on down there to the liquor store. Yeah, all right. You already know. Oh, you already know. I'm about to line me up some shirts too. It's about that time. You see what I'm saying? For real. We got a lot of fly stuff up there too. We're gonna talk about this, you know what I'm saying? Because since there's been so many videos out there, really again creating fraudulent arguments on what our people need to be doing. One of the greatest, areas of our defeat is in our spirituality. We don't possess a spirituality that comes from our own ancestors. Every time we look up, it's some damn Neanderthal religion that these niggas is affiliated. They don't see themselves as divine. That's really the problem. Majority of our people don't see themselves as divine. You see, they go in there, get on their knees to that white Jesus. That's what they do. They don't have no damn spirituality. You praying to a dead white man on a cross, and you ain't got what are we doing here? You see, what are we doing here? And a lot of people don't want to deal with. They don't want to go to war with white Jesus because you know why? A lot of them are okay with that. They're okay with that. They'll fight you for that white Jesus. You see what I'm saying? They'll fight you for that white Jesus. I guarantee you, majority of these niggas out here that's Christians, they all right with that white Jesus. It's no doubt about it. You see, but niggas want to perpetrate. See, and that's the reality with it. I'm good with continuing to drop the truth. See, the Pan-African community connect us back to Osiris, the great Osiris and Isis, the Greek term, but Asar, Aset, and Heru connect us back to the original, took us back home. You see what I'm saying? Y'all still dealing with a fraudulent ideology that y'all just don't want to get rid of. Y'all dealing with a fraudulent ideology. So a lot of really the attack on the Pan-African community is really ain't got nothing to do with this fake ass Pan-African going back home shit. Cause ain't none of you niggas going back home or going back to Africa. Niggas talking about that's a scam. Nigga, you a scam. Cause niggas can't even afford to get around the corner. Niggas ain't got putting $2-3 at a time in the gas tank. You see, putting $2-3, real talk, in the gas tank. You understand what I'm saying? To get somewhere else to put $2-3 more in the gas tank. Y'all niggas ain't going nowhere. So what are we talking about? A lot of people mad because we got on white Jesus. That's real talk. Y'all niggas mad because we put the Egyptian and African spirituality down, exposed, the fraudulent mutation that happened between the pale Jesus and the Lord of the perfect black Osiris. And we showed it. And a lot of people was upset at that we got on their Jesus, on sweet Jesus. You see, and I'll tell you why he's sweet in just a second. You see, that's one of the reasons. Got on the church. They was mad about that. They mad about it because that's the official religion of the majority of FBA out there. You niggas is Christian. It is what it is. I'm not going to debate with nobody. The majority of black Americans are Christians. And I mean, clearly, not over 90%. Over 90%. Even if they're not active Christians, they will identify as Christian. And then it's probably 5% or less Muslim. You see what I'm saying? 5% or less Muslim, majority Christian, and then you got all that in between. You see where all other groups fall into that in between, the little 2-3%. And then you go in there, that's when you gonna find Pan-Africanism. You see, and somehow, Pan-Africanism is now the greatest threat to FBA. But the dope game ain't. The dope game ain't. You see, they ain't gonna go because them niggas gonna bust their motherfucking head. They scared of them niggas. You see what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna talk about the dope game. They ain't gonna talk about none of that. Even though you can watch videos and you got this guy, Charlie Bow 313, and he ride through all the neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying? All the ghettos of America and show you how dilapidated niggas did that. FBA did that. You understand what I'm saying? So what the fuck is you gonna do about that? You ain't even, you got $2 trillion worth of spending power, but you ain't gonna spend a goddamn dollar to help build your goddamn community up. So you gonna still continue to live in the slum that you created. You created the goddamn slum. You tore that shit up. You understand? Because you don't see worth in your own community. That's a problem. That's a motherfucking problem right there. That ain't got nothing to do with no flip-flop wearing ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? You destroying your own fucking community and you all right with it. And you continue to do it no matter how deplorable it already looked. You continue to destroy it every day, even more and more. You look at certain, all these goddamn uh, uh, homeless cities that they got in the, and they just putting them. I don't know where they putting them. Well, you got homeless people. Then dope. You got the cities like what's that, Kensington Street in Philadelphia, where you got just motherfuckers just out there sticking needles in their veins and motherfuckers laid out all over the motherfucking street with high as fucked all the way up. You see what I'm saying? Who's doing that? That's more detrimental. That's more detrimental. You see what I'm saying? They destroying our people with poison and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas can't even focus on nothing because they high. You understand? They high. Trying to run from reality. You understand what I'm saying? Thinking that's a way out. Thinking that's an escape. Fucking our peoples up worse and worse and worse. That's the greater goddamn problem that must be dealt with. You see, so it's most definitely a lot of schemes and scams going on out here in this so-called black community. You see what I'm saying? Is a whole lot of fake ass motherfucking scamming ass niggas putting these fake ass beefs out here. You know what I'm saying? Conjuring up fake. And a lot of people, them niggas over in Africa, it's a lot of it's a lot of ignorant ass niggas over there. It is. But they ain't got nothing to do with the higher ideals of Pan-Africanism and black nationalism. They have nothing to do, just like these niggas over here ain't got a goddamn thing to do with that, at all. These niggas is street niggas. You see what I'm saying? These niggas roll dice and hustle and go to after hour joints and go to titty bars and shit like that. Try to hustle up to put rims on their car and shit. These ain't no niggas over here thinking about nothing conscious. So the majority of niggas is street niggas. You understand? You got street niggas, and then yeah, you got guys that's trying to do something for themselves too. But where they come from, they come up out the goddamn street too. Ain't nobody actively, no large percentage of Black America is actively trying to go to Africa. So what the fuck is going on? You see, a lot of people are mad because we attacked that. The Black Power community, Pan-African community, through, damn near 60, 70 years of scholarship that has exposed a lot of shit that's dear to these niggas. Like Billy and Becky. You see, they want to be like some of these Black Power groups, put their leather jackets on and put their French berets on and walk in there with Becky. You understand what I'm saying? And the sister too, walk in there with Billy, say, oh, they think like we think. They want to be down too. So you got these integrated, quote unquote, want to be black, but you just saying black, but you ain't black. You see what I'm saying? Because you diluted it when you put that red, black, and green up there. But I guarantee you niggas believe in Jesus. You see what I'm saying? You believe in Jesus, and peoples is upset about that. So it ain't just the African. If they don't want to be African and they tired of niggas talking about their Jesus, you understand what I'm saying? The Muslim probably colluding behind the scene. The black Muslim tired of us talking about Muhammad. They love Muhammad. You see, they don't care if he's black or white. They love him. You see, they'll take the white one too. You see what I'm saying? They'll take the white one too. Yes, they will. You see? So that's a serious issue that they don't want us to continue to push that kind of information. You see? And the nigga over there, he ain't got nothing to do with that. It was and we talking about FBA and all of that shit. It was this community that took the African culture, you understand, as far as the historical aspects of today, where we at in all the books. It was this community over here that propelled the African-centered thought, the literature, the publications over here. Them niggas over there didn't have shit to do with it. So why do you keep going to get validation from them and they still think, you understand what I'm saying? They still in jigaboo. A lot of them still in jigaboo mode. These niggas in jigaboo mode too. But you ain't gonna go and collude knowing that just like 99% of niggas in America is Christians, and 99% of them niggas in Africa is Christian and Muslim. You see? And so they beefing. The FBA and the flip-flop niggas is beefing even though they got the same God. Yeah. Both of them got what? Majority of them don't believe that majority of black Americans got a black Jesus. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Don't play. We're gonna take the gloves off on you niggas. 90, listen to me, 97%. I'm gonna look this shit up. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna go to AI on you niggas. I'm gonna go to AI, nigga. Watch this. What percent of black Americans is Christian? Look at that. Look at that. As of the most recent data, 2021, about 78 to 80% of Black Americans identify as Christian. You see, you see, so that's it. So 80%. So nah, okay, 80% is Christian. Now I'm gonna see how many is Muslim. Let me see how many of them is Muslim. 2% of Black Americans identify as Muslim. Okay, so between Christians and Muslim, they saying 82%. So now you got that 18%, and so most of them probably just ain't shit. So when you talking about Pan-Africanism, the majority of Black America, nigga, you got such a small percentage that would even deal even with Pan-Africanism. You probably ain't got 1%. You probably ain't got 1% of Black Americans that follow Pan-Africanism. 1%. And so I think 1% out of 50 million, 50 million. If it's 50 million, what is that? 1%. What is it? 50,000? What is it? 50,000, something like that. Man, you're not gonna find no 50,000 niggas in America that's seriously practicing Pan-Africanism. I'm talking about studying. I'm talking about, if you serious about Pan-Africanism, you at least gonna try to take some pilgrimages back to somewhere. Kemet, Ethiopia. If you serious about Pan-Africanism, they at least want to take a pilgrimage. That's what I know you serious. You see what I'm saying? Even if you can't get there today, even if you have to plan years ahead of time. Okay. But shit, man, if you got a goddamn, it is what it is. We were, our people, was in, but it might be German, but you understand what I'm saying? Understand that black people was in Germany too. You see what I'm saying? And that's crazy. A lot of people not understanding that too. That black people was already in Europe. So a lot of them names that you think may be European is actually black. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of them, what you think, them European languages, them motherfuckers didn't have no goddamn language. You see what I'm saying? A lot of that shit belong to us, and you not knowing it. Yeah, they not talking about the black people that was in Europe. You see? Yeah, that was royalty and shit over there before they got over there. You see what I'm saying? Shit, where you think them castles came from? The castle came from out of Africa. Shit, what you understand what I'm saying? The forts and shit. The Egyptians was building forts. That's where it come from. So when you look at the castles and the cathedrals, those are Africans putting them cathedrals up. Walter Williams helped bust that down. They the one that built the Hagia Sophia over there in Turkey. You see what I'm saying? That's why they got all that Tartarian shit up there. They already kind of sidelined saying that they didn't build the shit. They trying to say that a lot of the cathedral, when you watch that Tartarian shit, they trying to say that the cathedrals was there before they got there. Yeah, but understanding that's why I'm saying, but we gonna make excuses. We gonna make excuses. The majority, that's what I'm saying is that the majority of black people in America are Christians. And nobody thinking about no Pan-Africanism. So why is it so much effort to delineate against Africa when the majority of people don't even fuck with Africa? What the fuck is we talking about? Delineate against some shit that's gonna make a change in our community. You see, the harder shit niggas don't want to deal with. You see, the harder shit that nigga, it's not even 1%. And now I'm gonna tell niggas and I'll say it again. If you can find me one nigga that you know personally that is actively trying to move back to Africa, holla at me. You might, if you in a community, you might can find one, but for real, there's no niggas is out here trying to put rims on their car. They not trying to go to no motherfucking Africa. They trying to put some sounds in their car. I know this shit. You see what I'm saying? I know this shit. I was nigga the only nigga in Detroit, nigga my age. It was other people, but for real, I ain't gonna say I was the only one, but the community was small. It was small. You see what I'm saying? It's a million niggas in Detroit, and the community couldn't have been no larger than about 1,000. You see what I'm saying? A 2,000. You know what I'm saying? And we talking about people that's serious. You might get some niggas that's reading books and shit like that. But when I'm talking about, when you serious about Pan-Africanism, you gonna at least try to make a pilgrimage. Most people not gonna move. So that's a lie. Most people not even trying to move to Africa. They going on pilgrimages and they coming back home. So I mean, what the fuck is we talking about? The critical shit is the church. The critical shit is the dope. The critical shit is Arabs and Koreans and white people owning all the businesses in our goddamn community. That's the critical shit. We ain't got no land. You see, they done took all our goddamn land. 20 million acres of land, and we ain't got but 1.5 million acres out of 20 million goddamn acres. We got a problem. And it ain't no flip-flop wearing ass nigga. You see, and I say it again, most niggas ain't even got bus fare to get downtown. You see what I'm saying? Most niggas ain't got bus fare to get downtown and 35 more cents to get a goddamn transfer. You see what I'm saying? To get on the next bus to get to work. So what the fuck is we talking about? You see, the fact is people just don't want to be African. They want to be American. Because and when I mean American, they want to be white. That's what it is. Because you could be foundational black. You ain't got to be promoting all that goddamn red, black, red, white, and blue, and then want to shit on the red, black, and green. You see what I'm saying? I put the red, black, and green stripe, stars and striper. I don't put no fucking red, white, and blue. You ain't gonna never get me to put up no red, white, and blue. Nigga, that just ain't gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? Fuck that. No, sir. That's some bullshit. After all the shit that they done to us, and we still ain't got no reparations. They ain't done shit, and we ain't did nothing but catch hell since we been over here. And niggas gonna identify. That's just the same as identifying with white Jesus. Red, white, and blue. White Jesus, white bread, white Muhammad, begging Becky and Billy, senators and shit. And many of these niggas got Becky in the bedroom, Billy in the bedroom. He say, you can't disrespect our, we all the same. That's right. Man, listen here, man. Niggas talking about, man, they knew I was coming for their ass. They knew I was coming for their ass eventually. I've been letting motherfuckers have a pass. Now I'm breaking niggas off. You see what I'm saying? Cause I know nobody, and like I say, I agree with the legality part about the foundational. I have no problem whatsoever. Cause that's the way I've already talked anyway. Long before niggas was talking about FBA. You see what I'm saying? I was always saying that our people should unite here first. You understand? Because that's the only way it's gonna happen. Any motherfucking way. It ain't gonna happen no other way. If you can't unite with your own brother in the house you stay in, or you can't unite with your own woman in the house you staying in, all that other shit is pipe dreaming. So I mean, niggas is arguing straw man arguments because nigga, it started in the crib. If you can't get the crib together, you ain't gonna get shit together. All of that shit is just fake argument. Nigga just want to get up on the motherfucking internet and talk about some shit that's not gonna happen. You see? And so, like I said, Malcolm X already explained, and I said and I say it again. He when he did the message to the grassroots, he said, somebody said, where should we start? Malcolm X say, start right in the city in which you stay. Start right there. Where you stay at, start there practicing black nationalism. He said, that's my economic program and that's my social program is black nationalism. Period. He explained that. So what is niggas talking about? Y'all want to go back to 100 years ago with Marcus Garvey. Malcolm X updated Marcus Garvey. He updated Marcus Garvey. Khaled came and updated where Malcolm went. But that Old Testament Malcolm is classic. That Old Testament is Malcolm is classic. And Khaled came and updated Malcolm back to the proper understanding. Black power, black nationalism. You can't get away from that shit. So you ain't gonna have no, you understand what I'm saying? You not gonna evolve until you understand that. You not going no, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm gonna sit back and I'm not gonna even watch you because I'm gonna be moving. I can't watch niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? And because I got to be moving. So, I support, our family when they talk about that. I support that. And so I don't want nobody to be mad at me and think, because I tried to be cordial with niggas. You see what I'm saying? Because, I'm not about that. I'm about seeing the family, be be successful in all their endeavors. I ain't trying to hate on nothing, that's for the benefit of the people. So I take my hats off to any group that's trying to move the ball for our people, even if I don't personally agree with it. That don't mean I want to see them fail. Make some moves. If you can move the ball, move the motherfucking ball. You feel what I'm saying? But cut the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Cut all that bullshit out. And niggas is on some bullshit. But, I just want to personally, to all the family out there is stay out the dumb shit. You see what I'm saying? You know good and goddamn well, most niggas right here on this right here ain't going back to no Africa. Is anybody on this motherfucker going back to Africa? Even if you is, I ain't saying it's a wrong thing to do. I bet you you might find one person. Is anybody actively trying to go back to Africa on this stream right here? I'm talking about the stay. I ain't talking about family that's making a pilgrimage. I understand you making a pilgrimage, but is anybody on here actively going back? And I'm not saying it's a wrong thing to do. I'm just saying it's a straw man argument that peoples is trying to blow Pan-Africanism up to be the enemy. And that's all these niggas talking about. But they don't put not one breath in on this Neanderthal. Just something like, man, that's almost like some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be real, man. It's almost like some sucker shit. From a real nigga perspective. Like, man, y'all on some sucker shit with that. You see what I'm saying? The other, move part of the movement, that's real shit. But now, see, that's how these motherfuckers do. This is how scam artists do. They take something that you like and they attach it to a whole lot of bullshit. That's what the Christians do. That's what the Bible do. They go in there and you'll find a lot of good shit. And then you be like, God damn, but what's this? You see what I'm saying? I can't rock with everything. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to cut this. You see that Pan-African shit, that's just like the bullshit that's in the Bible. Y'all on some bullshit. Y'all on some bullshit. You know, y'all just want to sell some goddamn, y'all want to get some videos and make some money on it, so y'all create a fake war. That motherfucker can't even get to the next village. The motherfucker donkey killed over and died. This motherfucker can't even get to the next village. How in the fuck he gonna get over here? You see, how many, let me ask, how many Africans have migrated to America? Let me see. Okay. Total African immigrants in the United States right now, 2.5 to 2.8 million. Okay. 2.5 to 2.8 million. But that was in 2023. So that was in 2023. So I mean, you said it says in 1980 it was about 80,000. In 2000, within 20 years, it was 800,000. 2010, it was 1.6, 2 point. So I mean, I mean, come on, they ain't gonna face 50 million. They ain't gonna face 50 million. They ain't gonna face 50 million. So I mean, so you know, they ain't gonna face 50 million. That just ain't gonna happen. So that ain't even no threat. That ain't even no goddamn threat at all. You know, they're gonna get in there, and then you imagine 2 million people and they spread out. You understand what I'm saying? So that's not no threat, man. That's not. Now I'm gonna ask them, how many black Americans have moved back? Let me see. Listen to this. Current estimates, roughly 40,000 to 60,000 African Americans are living long term in various African countries. 40,000 to 60,000. But they say some estimate, including broader dual citizens and frequent migrants, put it as high as 100,000. As you know, that's motherfuckers that's really just going back and forth. You see what I'm saying? So you talking about 60,000 out of 50 million. That's no threat. 60,000 motherfucker, that ain't no threat. That ain't no threat at all. That's nothing compared to 50 million. You see how much. I want to see what the percentage of that is. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to get a percentage on that. I'm trying to get a percentage on that. Hold on. Y'all probably beat me to it. Okay, let me see. It's so small, I can't even get a percent on it. You see what I'm saying? I can't even get a percent on it. I'm trying to get that shit. It ain't even it's a small percent. Whatever it is, it ain't 60,000 out of 50 million is small. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so it ain't really nobody going over there. You see, and that's a accumulation of years. That's a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? The majority of these niggas is right here. And so that right there kills that. Now, if y'all seen millions of motherfuckers going to Africa, you see 500,000 niggas, and you know what I'm saying? That's something, you got some, that's numbers. You see what I'm saying? That's some numbers, but 60,000, and that's over an accumulation of years. You know what I'm saying? That's over an accumulation of years. You talking about, you understand, from the goddamn, from the goddamn 80s and shit. You see what I'm saying? You talking about from up until now. You see, up until now. So, kill that noise. Now, I bet you more niggas going to the crack house than they going to goddamn Ghana. I bet you there's more niggas going to the crack house than going to goddamn Sierra Leone. You see, I bet you more niggas going to the goddamn crack house than Senegal and Gambia. I tell you that. You see what I'm saying? And all the crazy shit that's going on. And so I just wanted to put that out there to be clear that we got to prioritize. And ain't no way you gonna put that at the top of no motherfucking list. You see what I'm saying? I just like asking questions. How many black people was murdered in the United States last year? I'm just gonna put that shit in there. You see that? No, this was just in 2022. You see this shit? In 2022, 13,446 homicide victims who were black or African American in the United States. That's crazy. In 2023, 9,284 black murder victims reported. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. So we got to focus on that shit right there. You see what I'm saying? We got to focus on that shit right there. That's what's critical right there. The land that's been taken from us, these homicides and shit. You see all these deplorable ass motherfucking cities niggas is living in that they tow up they motherfucking self, that they tow up. We got to wake the fuck up out there, y'all. We got to wake the fuck up. I'm good for the night, man. I want y'all to get on over there to Patreon. Let me drop this on over there. They don't like that I got on that white Jesus. Oh no, they don't like that. They're like, who said he's sitting up here talking about white Jesus? My sweet Jesus. You know how y'all niggas, y'all, my sweet Jesus. Y'all ain't gonna tell a nigga why he's sweet. They always talking about sweet Jesus, but they don't never want to tell you why he's sweet. Cause he was up there with that little boy, what's his name? John the Beloved. Yeah, I'm about to drop this down in here before we get up out of here. And then I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back strong again tomorrow. I'm gonna be back strong. I'm gonna be back strong. I ain't. You understand? Y'all not about to destroy the people's, river of knowledge that all our master teachers then wrote these books and shit and waking our people up and hit it. And we got a bunch of niggas out here can't find another way, you understand, to get to, the legalities without trying to destroy. And so, goddamn it, I'm loaded and cocked at this point. You see what I'm saying? I'm loaded and cocked. Let me drop this in here. I know Ray been dropping shit in there. I'm just trying to put this one at the top so family, when they come in, they can get on over there and build with the general. I appreciate y'all staying up with me, family. I appreciate y'all staying up with me, and I'll be back soon, later on today. Y'all stay strong out there and stay black. Stay black. All right, family. Boom. Black power.